I will try to speak like that. Can everybody hear me? Yes. Is that better? Alhamdulillah, good. Yeah, now I got what I want. Yeah, now I'm comfortable. All right, so what I'll try to say at the beginning, I will go right through the point. So I'll talk about a personal experience that would show you exactly the disease, not the symptom. Because most of the time, what happens in our lives, we try to cure the symptom and we forget about the disease. So I'll show you one of the symptoms that happened to me personally. Personally, I was born, raised in Saudi Arabia, Mecca. I never, ever heard about something called Halloween until I was 31 years old. 2017, when I came to Canada. What happened? At my first job, then it came time at the end of October, and they started saying, hey, it's Halloween, let's get ready. From Bichara, the poor guy, what is Halloween? I said, no, it's okay. What do you love to do? I said, what do you mean? What kind of sports you like? I said, I love Taekwondo. I'm in love with that sport for more than 20 years. Okay, bring your Taekwondo uniform. To my innocence, what did I do? Yes, I'm going to work. I picked up my Taekwondo uniform and I'm going. Okay, it's just my work. So I went there and I found out that, hey, everybody's wearing masks, weird stuff. That's when I just said, pull back, Bichara. Something is not right. What is Halloween? I did not know. Who among us here, the door is closed, we are one family, we need to tell the truth to each other. Who was dragged into celebrating Halloween one day? In honest truth. Honest truth. I said, I'm first. Okay, no problem. We are here not to talk about the symptom. We are here to talk about the disease and how we can cure it. Thank you for your honesty. Appreciate that. So, before we talk about what is it, or haram, halal, or do it, not do it, let's really find out what is the origin of this. Where did it start and where are we now? Nous allons parler maintenant de deux aspects, deux extrémités. Où est-ce que ça a commencé? Et où sommes-nous maintenant avec quoi? Avec le Halloween. So, Halloween started when? In the 7th century. In the 7th century. What happened then? In Rome, that's when they started, or I can call it, they made, he's called, the Baba, one of the Babas there. If I remember well, there's a priest called Bern, it starts with B, I just forgot the name, but that's when he was officially elected, or officially selected to be what? To be the Baba in Rome. So at that point, he decided that he would specify a day, one day, that they will celebrate all the priests. And it was what? The 1st of November. So, afterwards, there is also the Baba Gregory in France that specified that day to be what? To be the day each and every single year they will celebrate all the priests. Every year. So it becomes for them as what? In Arabic we say Yawm al-Hasad, which means the day at the end of the 50 days that they go for harvesting after their farms. Okay. At that point, they started moving along Europe. They started going into England, Ireland, and keep moving forward. But let's see what happened in England. They are trying to take what? They're trying to spread Christianity in England. So at that point, in England, the nation that was living there was called the Celtic nation. Or in some narrations they say, the Celtic nation. So what do? What do they worship? They have pagan forms of worship. They worship the god of death. He's called what? Samhain. In Arabic, Sam means what? Al-Maut, death. So they worship the Lord of death. And they have a belief. What do they believe? They believe that every year on the 31st of October, their Lord, the Lord of death, will allow all the souls that died during that year to come back. But wait, there is something else. To come back with also evil souls that will come along with it, so that they'll be free for that single night to do whatever they wish on earth. Ils sont libres à faire ce qu'ils veulent sur cette terre dans cette nuit. So, when they started seeing that Christianity started getting spread in England and Ireland, and they were afraid for their nation, they're trying to protect their belief. So Christians believe one side, and then the Celtic nations believe. So what do? To stop people from spreading and accepting Christianity, at that point, they started by saying what? Christians celebrate the first day of November as a celebration for all the priests. We will start at night on the 31st of October. What we will do? We will actually go and scare every house of them with what? With these awful spirits. That's what we believe. So after that, what do? That's where the pumpkin come into question. That's where also the mask and the costumes come into question. They will come and knock on the doors with those costumes. What are they saying? Trick or treat. So at that point, whether they get treated with what they love, whether it's candy, chocolate, etc., or anything from the house, or they will get a trick, magic, or in Arabic we say hila. So those nights also will follow along with what? With theft. Things could be stolen from the houses. And at the end what they will say? Oh, those are the devils or the bad spirits that came at that night and stole those stuff. And fast forward, that's the continuation between what? Between Christianity and also what? And also the pagan worship of the Celtic nation at that time. Everybody's trying to defend his own belief. Fast forward till today. That's where it started. C'est là où ça a commencé. Mais aujourd'hui, today, what is happening with Halloween? Do you think Christians themselves, they celebrate Halloween? No. People who really practice Christianity today, they will tell you, no, we don't celebrate Halloween. Why? It's actually, they call it a satanic holiday. So, how did it spread in the world? With all the British people spreading on earth, in every country, they did what? They took that practice with them. So that's how it came, whether to North America, South America, and the spread continued. Okay, but today, if you look at it, I personally asked many people around me at work, friends that are not Muslims, I told them, why do we celebrate Halloween? Most of them, they say, oh, it's just fun, man. We just like have some costumes and we have some candy and yeah. Why? Because usually here it's a bored nation. We are bored here. Or like the way they live their life, they want every occasion of celebration so that they can celebrate something. Every occasion they will jump on it and have it. Oh, we want to have fun because our life is boring already. So, why do they do it? If that's the public? But let's see, there is a driving force behind the scene. People who are behind the curtain, that they have every interest to make these kind of celebrations happen. Not only Halloween, Valentine's Day, let's call it Christmas, New Year. Any more celebrations? Easter, Thanksgiving, etc. For all of these celebrations, there is one reason hidden. Il y a une raison qui est cachée quelque part. Écoutez-moi bien. Listen to me very well. What is that reason? Whatever you want to see exactly what's happening, look at the financial cycle. Regardons le cycle financier. Where money goes, their energy flows. So if you look at it right now, why am I saying this? Because people behind the curtain, let's look just at the customs that are sold every year. Just around the 10 days between, let's say, like 20th of October up until the 1st of November. In average, per year, there is what? There is $29.5 billion that are just spent on purchases of customs, with the average of one costume for $34.64. That's just the costumes. Let's look at something else. The pumpkin. For the pumpkin, how many pumpkins are sold? in the average of having one pumpkin sold at $5.24, they get selling $8 billion in 10 days. So you think someone who would be at the back end, behind the curtain, having all this money go into his pocket, will say no, stop it because it's a pagan holiday? No. He will do everything to make sure that it is celebrated, so I can make sure that consumers will consume and I'll have my money in the pocket. So let's see right now. First of all, how it started, and now it became fully commercial. Maintenant, c'est 100% commercial. 100%, ça parle de quoi? Comment vraiment les gens peuvent engendrer de l'argent. So what do we have to do about it as Muslims? Right now, let's pull back and look. The same way that I was at 2017 when I came the first time and they told me come with the custom, and then I saw it, I said, something is wrong. Quelque chose ne passe pas. And I saw that it's a practice that takes me where? Number one, let's go right now, take it one by one. What do we say after every salah, the majority of us, after every salah, when we finish the adhkar from astaghfirullah up until the end, what do we read? Al-Ma'awwidhatayn wal-Ikhlas, correct? What do we say? قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. We are just talking about the unity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't forget about what? About also what Allah told us in the Quran. إن الله لا يغفر أن يشرك به ويغفر ما دون ذلك لمن يشاء. But look exactly to the extent that you're taking. What are you celebrating? So now someone would tell me, Bichara, it's just candy, man. Come on, it's just having fun. It's alright, we can just have fun. Why are you so complicated in Islam like that? Why? Because that's the disease that we are afraid from. If you look back, as I told you, where I grew up, in Mecca, we did not know at all that there is something called Halloween. On ne savait pas du tout. I didn't know. Je ne savais pas qu'il y avait quelque chose qui s'appelle Halloween. Je ne savais pas qu'il y avait quelque chose qui s'appelle Happy Birthday, birthday party. Je savais pas du tout. About birthdays, I knew that there is something on earth called birthdays when I was 27 years old, when I traveled. About Halloween, I knew when I was 31 years old, when I came here. But now, let's go back to where I came from. Now you find people celebrating. It's sad. It is very sad that I see people from Mecca and Jeddah and Medina, Riyadh, they're gathering thousands of people just to say what? Customs and Happy Halloween. That's heartbreaking. Last week, what made me choose this subject for today, because like 9 days ago, what happened? We see our sisters with hijab, we see our brothers taking their sons and saying what? Happy Halloween, and going on doors, trick or treat. I don't blame. It's not there. Actually, I'm not here just to tell you, hey, you or point fingers. I was a victim. 2017, I took my uniform there with me in my hand, thinking that, oh, I don't know, it could be something professional. But I went and I saw it and oh, something is wrong. So I'm not here, je ne suis pas là juste pour vraiment vous pour dire que non, toi t'as fait quelque chose, tu t'as pas fait l'autre. Non, on est là maintenant pour vraiment une chose. We need to know, on a besoin de connaître la maladie. What is that? What is the disease? What is the problem? Where does it reside? Not to talk about the symptoms. So, you see last week, it's sad that when you find someone knocking the door and you ask him, what's your name? He tells you Muhammad. La ilaha illallah. What's your name? He tells you Hamza. What's your name? He tells you Khalid. I don't know what to say more than this. I think it's a clear message. So we need to learn, it's not only my duty alone, it's the duty of each and every one of us. First of all, to understand, no. When you face such a thing, know exactly where it is taking you from your aqidah. Why is that? Because there is an important question coming to place. Maybe you, or maybe the fathers that are here, we did not live that. But today, all our children, when they go to school or even in schools, how many of you, when you don't celebrate and you go normal to class and they look at you, you don't celebrate Halloween? Why not? Why you don't have your costumes? Why you don't have your costume on? So, if we did not do the job at home, si on ne fait pas notre travail à la maison en tant que parents, that's dangerous. When your son comes to you and tells you, no, why, Baba or Mama, why would I celebrate? Pourquoi je dois pas célébrer avec eux? Pourquoi? C'est juste vraiment des bonbons, des chocolats. C'est normal, Mama. C'est normal, Papa. What are you going to say about this? We need to come back right now and see exactly what are we having in ourselves as beliefs and what are we really portraying to our children. So the question I will ask each and every one of us here today. Are you, or do you have the self-acceptance or the courage, the internal courage to be able to be different? Because most of the time, our children, or even us sometimes, we're just fearing of the shame, that we are ashamed that we are different. It happened to me personally. 3 years ago, in the celebration for work at the end of the year, what happened? Everybody's drinking alcohol. So they look at me like, oh, Bichara, like, come on, man, let me just get you a cup. So, oh, sorry, that's not my path. What was the response? What? Are you serious? Oh, you're sick? No, I'm not sick. I don't drink. Come on, man. You're missing something on earth. That's what I was told.